Alright, hello, my name is Jarvis Mitchell. I'm from Flint. I played for Raymond Jones from 1993 to 1996. I attended Flint Central, and after leaving there, I went to Fairleigh Dickinson University as a mid-major Division I in New Jersey, and then I played 5 years professional Russia. I'm here to support Raymond Jones and the epic career, and me being one of his products, so I had to come support.
Anthony Phifer, everybody called me Turk. I graduated from Flint Hamilton. I played for Raymond in the early days, I think 89, 90. We was young guys. Played small time college ball. Now I'm just Raymond. One of the reasons why I coach right now to this day. I just came out to support Raymond, but he did a lot, not only for me, Jarvis, and all the other fellas who came through Flint, Michigan. Anybody came through Flint to play basketball, played for Raymond Jones.
Absolutely. Well, I came to know Raymond in 1993. The varsity point guard at the time, his name was Matt Scott, and I was in awe of his skill, and I just kept wondering and asking him, how'd you get so good, and he told me, one day I'm gonna take you to meet Raymond, and I'm like, oh, who's this Raymond? He sound like the Wizard of Oz, because I've heard so much about it already. And so many other guys in Flint careers that he spearheaded, I had heard so much. So, he took me down to the YMCA, and that's where Raymond was, surrounded by 20 of the top kids in Flint. And I'm just like, why is everybody around this guy? Like he the fountain of youth or something like that. So, quite naturally, anything that big, you're attracted to it. And so he was. I mean, Raymond was more than just a coach for me. I mean, he was like a mogul in Flint. He was really like a landmark as much as anybody that can come out of Flint and take any kind of credit for their success. At some point you cross Raymond Jones. I don't care if it was for a day or 10 years. As if you played basketball in Flint and you were successful, you cross Raymond Jones. And so, I wanted to be one of the ones that was successful, so I crossed it for a little longer. Raymond was a huge vitality and super essential for my life. He was absolutely the cornerstone of my upbringing as far as understanding what life was really about through sports. He taught me to be a better basketball player, but he taught me to be a man first and understand that basketball was just going to be a tool. But relationships meant far more, and that's what I got from him. That he wasn't just a basketball coach; he was more of a life coach. And there's a Raymond that is needed in every town, every community, there's. If the world was full of Raymonds, we would have the best world ever, because he just understood a sacrifice. He sacrificed his life, livelihood, everything for the greater being of his kids. And so, for me, Raymond was water.
I would say Raymond's a big inspiration, to myself, Jarvis, a lot of the guys that came through who came up, I wouldn't say rough, but just came up difficult. And he gave us so much that Miracle's now 18. I'm 40, so when I was around, there was no baby. We were Raymond's babies. You know what I mean? So he said he named the Miracles. He never thought he'd ever have kids. So I'm like, wow, okay. So that having him be there for us, but honestly for me, being there for me was a lot. You can call Raymond any time, day or night. He gonna answer. He gonna be there for you. And I said something to Ray one time. I said, I think all black guys should go to black college. And he said, that may be true. He said, all black men should go to college. So that made me see, it's not just, no matter where you go, you need to go get an education. The world is bigger than Flint. He did so much, so many little things that turned out to be big things. Raymond probably turned out, I would say this on record, Raymond probably turned out more pros than any coach in this land. Because he did a lot for a lot of guys that came through our time. So for me, it was just a pleasure to meet him, work out for him, play for him, get answers to stuff I didn't know, He never was sugarcoat. He'd tell you exactly what it was. You may not want to hear it, but it's what you need to hear. You know, and you can accept that. You know, there's nothing wrong with tough love. You know, a lot of cats can't deal with the tough love. He gave that. This is where you are. This is where you need to be. But this is what you're doing. You're not, and so you kind of understood where he was going. Okay, let me go and do that. But for me, I think it's just a blessing to even just shake his hand, ride in the pickle, ride on the broke down bus, and be in your mom's basement, be watching TV, be in front of 7-Eleven selling rap tickets, wearing the mismatched jerseys. I mean, you got your mental and your physical toughness playing with Ray. Because you had to be mentally tough, because you're going to be in some tough situations, and it's going to see if you're mentally ready for that.